Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a brand new episode of Mark Talks Football. And today on the Mark Talks Football brand, we're going on the Royals Roundtable. We are here today and we're going to be discussing what I would do differently to Noel Hunt. The little situation that's going on behind the scenes, apparently, according to some of the sources, saying that there is a lineup of manager that could change, and we can all probably guess who that could potentially be. And we're also going to be discussing our preview to coming up to this weekend. So if you haven't already, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's get into this. Guys, so much for joining me here today. I do apologise a bit. I'm just typing thing and decide that it just doesn't want to function properly while it loads. Yes, I could have done all of this before I started, but I didn't. So that's what's going to happen in today's episode. We're going to be doing what I think that Noel Hunt should be doing in the next game, and we got coming up for you Saturday against Leyton Orient. Yes, it will tell you in the description. But we've got a lot of things to discuss. We've got things to get forward as well. So without further ado, let me show you exactly what I've got here. So over here, you will see the blue is Reading, the yellow is the away side, and we have got strikers here. If you want me to zoom in, I will zoom in a bit more. Fucking a bit too much. There we go. We will go with that. So as you'll see, we have got the full Reading side that if everyone was fit, I'm saying that this is the starting 11 for Reading Football Club. And we have got the away side, which is the team in the yellow. That could be any side. So the problem we've got at this precise moment is this is how Reading are playing. Right? You've got the wingers staying out wide. You've got the striker that seems to be dropping in front of the defence and behind the midfield. And you've got Savage that seems to be roaming around all the way over here. And going up here as well. And then you've got Ben Elliott doing the same thing, but not as frantic as what Savage does, more in the pocket here, going in and around. When what you do when they have a goal kick is this is what Reading have done ever since. So we're going to start from the back and work our way forward. When we have a goal kick, that's how it all starts. Okay, we get around here, and then we also have the options of going a little bit more inside with Marriott over here if we're going to go over here. What it tends to happen is the ball gets past the Lewis wing. Lewis wing will then pump it absolutely long to one of the wingers that are out wide, and then there is no support whatsoever for these wingers, so then they have to come back. Ahmed, who's a youngster, trying to get forward to try and help. You've also got Jacob that's also trying to get forward as well, which then the wing gets involved like this. And what happens is once everyone's involved, like Ahmed's gone, you've got Jacob gone, you now have a 3v2 situation at the back here, where you have got three strikers potentially, or two strikers, but you've got the wingers as well that are going up against our two defenders, which then is easy set plays and easy to get in behind and score. That's the main thing that we've seen so far. The coaching and accountability so far has been piss poor. Because what they need to do is, and this is how I would change it, is if the ball is over here on the left-hand side, I would have Ahmed drop in here, and you would have that situation here going on here. I will still have wing drop back a bit, and then have Elliott with Paddy Lane dropping in through here. Because what you've now got is an overload on the left-hand side. Put Marriott straight up top. You've now got an overload on the left-hand side over here, which is now going to block it. Same thing. If the ball goes to the right-hand side, you'll have Daniel cutting inside here. You'll have Savage move over a little bit. Elliott coming out. Paddy Lane staying out on the wide. And then you'll have your striker in that area there. You can play into feet, knock it around, pass it back, move around, but you'll have your centralised striker moving about around here. That's what I would do. But the issue we've got so far is that's not what we're doing. So defending wise as well, when we lose possession, we go back to this. Lewis Wing normally sometimes can and can't get back, but there's no wingers. And it's normally a 2v1 situation on the right hand side where you're going up against the youngster or you're going up against the guy that sometimes lets crosses in. What we need to be doing is this. He needs to come back. He needs to drop into there. He needs to drop into there. And he needs to drop there. Then you'll have Marriott here. What you've now got is a flat back four with a flat five midfield. You've got going on in there. And then you have now overloaded because what they'll want to do is you're still doubling up here. Then they'll want to move into here and go over here and try and do this. And what they've now got is a situation where everyone is covered. They can try and go over the top because Pereira could come out to block it. You've got Williams who can keep an eye on one. Paudry can keep an eye on the other. You've got Ahmed keeping close eye on it. This is how I would defensively sort Reading out. I would get into a flat back five. Or what you could do is make things more interesting is make this Lewis Wing drop straight into the centre backs. He's not a defender. You don't want him to be a flat out defender. What you want to do is put a body there, put Elliott here, put Savage here, and then you can drop even Marriott into like the central attacking midfielder role. You've now got more bodies and you're going to be harder to beat down. Look at the weekend with Burnley against Liverpool. Exactly the same tactics as this. And that's how I would do it. I would have the guy that's playing central defensive midfield, and this is why I like Rodri, Sergio Busquets, those type of players. They can drop into the centre-back position if they can, but they also can push forward. The issue we've also got as well, if we're going to go forward, is if we put the defenders back inside of here, right? So we've got all of these coming back. You've got two defensive midfielders, central attacking mid as well. Then you've got the winger. Let's say we're playing up against who plays a 4-2-3-1. Okay? Right. Thank you. So what we do going forward is we need Jack Marriott to stay there. Around here. Float around here. But he needs to be what Sam Smith used to do. Like a little Jack Rabble. Just on the edge of the defenders here. Doesn't go anywhere else apart from that. You'll have Paddy Lane and you'll have Daniel over here. Concentrating here. You'll have Savage here, Elliott here. And you'll have Wing, go away striker, here. You can have your wing backs go a little bit further up, but that's basically what you're looking to do. If you're going to get the ball now, and we're going to go forward, and I'm Lewis Wing, I do not want to see a sprayed long ball over this side, because what I would do if you're going to, you'll need Marriott over here to stop that defender, and you'll need Paddy Lane to go down that wing to go for it, right? And that's exactly what they're looking to do. And that's what we're doing. I wouldn't do that at all. What I would do is if I'm Lewis Wing and I've got the ball on the halfway line here, I want him to drop down. I want it into feet, and I want Paddy Lane to drop in. I want Wing into there, Elliott to there, and then I want Marriott to go here because the defender's going to come, and then I want Savage to cut inside here. I want Daniel now onto that defender. I want him to keep it to be in between here. Because what you've got then is if the ball goes into Elliott, you've got Paddy there, then you've got Savage. That defender's going to come over and follow Savage. So you've got a chance here to quickly get it to Marriott. Then you've got Daniel to use his pace to maybe run in behind or run behind. Well, Marriott can go in and shoot. And it's the same with the other side as well. If we're going to have with Daniel over here as well, and Lewis Wing's got the ball around the halfway line, I want Savage to come short. I want Elliott to come over. I want Paddy Lane to go here. I want Daniel around here because if the ball's here, Savage, Elliott, he could go, then he's going to come towards him. He can go out wide, either go short up or go for a 1-2 or come back to Elliott. Elliott can go a little bit forward or go around here to overload the space on the left-hand side. Paddy Lane can then go onto the back of the defenders here. And then Marriott can be the guy that's solely focused onto this target sort of man role where you can do the 1-2 or you can chest it, come round and have a shot one-on-one with the goalkeeper. That's what you could potentially be seeing. And that's where I think we're going. And that's where I think we're going wrong. Because if we look at the team that we're going to be playing up against today, on Saturday. Leyton Orient home fixture, family day. Leyton Orient, where we're going to be having lots of family events. Brian McDermott's going to be at Purple Turtle as well, plus activities as well. They've played 8 games so far this season, won 3, drawn 2, lost 3. They beat Port Vale 3-2, just like we beat Port Vale. They drew against Bolton, just like we did. Beat Peterborough 3-1 and beat Northampton, which was they lost to Northampton, which is their recent fixture against which they lost to Northampton, which is just below them in the table. Leyton Orient are a very much, and we saw them last season, a very dominant team, like to keep control of possession, like to keep the control of play, like to make sure that they are the ones in control of everything that they do. And they have a very quick counter-attack. That's why they ended up in the playoffs last year. And they lost to Stockport in the semi-finals. I think they lost to Stockport. But we had a close battle with them at the end of the season, but they had a really good end of the season compared to us. So they deserve to be in that position going forward. And I do think that this is going to be a very, very tough game for Noel Hunt. I think if he does the tactics I said, I think we're going to win. And I'm not just saying that because I'm saying that because it's my tactics. I'm saying that as someone with experience in football and seeing the trend of the way the football's going and have an understanding of tactics. That's the way the trend of football's going. Overloading aside, you watch the Manchester City, Manchester United game. Perfect example of Manchester City overloading Manchester United in areas that they are the weakest. Manchester United are playing a central attacking midfielder in central defensive mid, Bruno Fernandes. And that's why Manchester United lost. You've got 2 players in that central defensive midfield that are not competing with anyone. And you can overload that. You've got Erling Haaland who can just sit at the edge of that just strike, that the defense, and then can run in behind if he needs to. Manchester United are so weak at this moment that's where we are. And that's where my worry is we are so weak on certain places. And that's why I worry about the coaching. And that's why I worry about what is Scott Marshall really doing. And you can really tell the assistant manager that we had last season was really the one that was drilling us and getting us going. Because ever since he's left and he's gone to Spurs, look how... no, he's gone to West Brom, sorry. Look how much we've gone downhill. I love Mikel Ledgerwood, but what's his role inside of the coaching staff? Set pieces. Haven't really done much defense. We're conceding more goals from set pieces than we are scoring them. It's all about the outright balance of the team so far. And I'm not just talking about the players. I'm talking about behind the scenes. Because there seems to be this discombobulation of tactics and player signings. Like, if you're going for a Noel Hunt tactic, you're going to need an Andy Carroll type striker up top. Big, strong, hold the play up and do it. If you're going for a different tactic of more expansive out wide, then why are we not playing that? There seems to be a different correlation for tactics that are being played right now to the results that are happening. I think we have the best wingers, or some of the best wingers in the league, in Paddy Lane and Daniel. I think they are absolutely phenomenal. Quick, fast, run at you, and attacking wise, brilliant. I think we've got Jack Marriott, who's got 2 and 2 now. You're getting his feet behind him, can score the goals. But there's a massive difference in the defensive position to the midfield position, and it's worrying. Very, very worrying. And I do hope that they get this sorted, because they can't keep the style that they're doing up right now moving forward, and especially going up against a team of Leyton Orient, who had an absolutely fantastic season last year. We cannot rest our laurels today. There's reports coming out as well recently that Rob Couhig is shortlisting Gareth Ainsworth, shock, to be the next Reading manager, as he's worked with him at Wycombe. Gareth Ainsworth, is he a League 2 manager? No. Is he a League 1 manager? Absolutely. Is he a Championship manager? Absolutely not. There's ideas of floating around of Michael Carrick. Now, if he joins, there's a distinctive brand of football that we're going to play. You know what you're getting with Gareth Ainsworth as well, the distinctive type of play. Very direct. So it's going to be interesting because the summer signings that we've made are good, but what type of manager, when they've looked at the players we've signed and the players that we've got for the future, do they see being responsible for us pushing us forward? Who knows? Because as I said, I think Noel Hunt has to win Saturday. And I said that I would give him till the end of the month because I think that that's the best place to do it. But it's looking increasingly likely that's not going to happen. So I am interested to see exactly what they're going to do. But who knows? Right. Predictions. I'm going to be optimistic. 2-0 Reading. I lie. 2-1. I'm going 2-1. Final answer. I'm sticking with that. That's where I'm going. Right. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the like, hit the subscribe. There are some changes that will be coming in November. The day of when this comes out will not be changing. This will be staying. There's going to be additional videos, additional stuff that is coming to the channel soon. I'm just finalizing some of the stuff going into November. When Football Manager 24 comes out, 26 comes out, there's going to be a shift of patterns moving forward. Mark Talks Wrestling is going to get a revamp. Mark Talks Football is going to get a revamp. And Mark Talks Men's Health will be going on a break soon. Where we will then be lining up more guests in the future. So if you haven't already, make sure to hit the like, hit the subscribe button. You'll get instant notification for when the videos go live or when I am live. So make sure you do that. But if you haven't already, with love, with care, my name's been Mark. You guys have been amazing. And peace.